Race number 3 of the Pennzoil Truck Series Season number 2 heads to Martinsville for the running of the Advanced Auto Parts 250. And on the pole for today's race is Cynthia Bright, the 33. To her outside, Eli Bright in 2, so it's an all-bright front row. They got Max Anderson and Trey Ray making up row 2, and running at the top 5, Luigi Octavo. To his outside, James Barker. Then Racer and Joe Jefferson, running out the top 10, Carter Friesen and Cortez Newman. Jeff Bright and left there, Stu Cole. Stu Cole actually won the last race at Chicagoland. Then you got Junior Ramos and JJ Reed. Then Taylor Brian Price and Jake Moss. Julius Anderson and Josiah Kaufman. Derek Hamill and Luke Rainey, your points leader. Alex Stewart and Alexander Rowe. Adam Lewis and Bentley Pierce. Josh Shimito and DJ Reed. Code Luigi and Javier Hernandez, your Daytona winner. Brandon Thunder and Noah Ely. Then Jason Larker and Roland Emmerich. Michael Canto, Isaac Nichols, and running up the 36 truck field is Tim Gary and Jeremy Heath on row 18. So it's an all-right front row. Let's go down trackside for the most famous words in motorsports.
All right, take a nice big deep breath, buddy. Give your seatbelt a tug. Double check your steering wheel. Sit back, relax, get a nice pace, nice rhythm, and let's go out there and have a good day, all right, bud?
So it's a bright front row. Cynthia Bright on pole. Eli Bright to her outside. As they come down the front straightaway, let's get going at Martinsville. Half-mile paperclip is green for the Advanced Auto Parts 250. Cynthia Bright with a big jump on Eli Bright. Gets Trey Rainey to second. And Max Anderson made a bold move to try and get down to the bottom. He got in front of Luigi Octavo. Octavo stuck his nose in there. And Max Anderson got clear, luckily. And they didn't go 3 wide for that long. As the outside lane, not the place to be. See there, Joe Jefferson falling back in the 9 truck. He got up high. And he's starting to fall back. Jeff Bright gets underneath him. Jeff started in 11th. He's already up to the 6th position. Just shows how the inside is the preferred dominant lane here. And Trey Rainey trying to hunt down Cynthia Bright. Ooh, Rainey way up the track that time. And Luigi Octavo gets underneath Max Anderson, went up the track. Octavo will get to that 3rd position. And Trey Rainey, if he keeps pulling these corners, Octavo's going to go flying right on by him. And Eli Bright actually won this race last season. Got himself a ticket into the chase. And he's right now he started on the outside of the front row. He's in 5th, so a decent day for him as of now. He could see the front. And Trey Rainey's still all over the back bumper as Cynthia. And once again, Rainey up the track in 3 and 4. After getting around to the back bumper, that 33 and Luigi Octavo is going to take advantage and go right on by for that 2nd position. So they're still side by side back there. Your points leader, Luke Rainey, starting inside, already up to 9th. I believe he starts somewhere around 19th, so shows how big the inside lane is. He's now up to 8th. Now can Octavo run down Cynthia Bright and try and pass her? Because it's a short race here, only 38 laps. They come down the back straight. You can see single file kind of behind these guys. Octavo keeps it to the bottom lane, a little bit lower than Cynthia. Gets a great corner exit there. Rotated very well off the corner onto the back bumper. Cynthia into turn 1. A little bump up the track. Couldn't get it done there. But Octavo's showing I'm here. He's saying, I'm here, I'm in your bumper. Oh, he did what Trey Rainey did. He blows the corner once he gets close to Cynthia. But he can get right back. That 01 truck looks very, very stout. Yeah, you saw how he was able to just rotate off the corner. That truck looks very, very great. Looks like it can rotate the center exit very well. Luke Rainey up the track. Points leader on the top lane. Might be falling back here. No, he got a great run off of turn number 4 on the top. But Jeff Bright is stalking him right now for that 8th position. Rainey not going to try and give it up. He wants as many points as he can get. Race her into the wall very hard back there. It's something you don't see every day here at Martinsville. Trucks get into the wall. Luke Rainey does drop back a spot. Back to 9th. He might drop back to 10th. Here's Taylor. Brian Price looked like in the third one got underneath him. Look at the back of the pack. See Tim Gary back here, just very hard to make up gains. Wow. Derek Hamill drove it into the corner hard. And Javier Hernandez stuck in the middle of a 3 wide. That's your Daytona winner. He's up there in points and wants to keep it up there. Right now stuck in the middle of a 3 wide back in about 34th, not where you want to be. 4th. Eli Bright trying to get underneath Max Anderson. Got a little loose off of turn number 4. He did have a nose under him, though. Luke Rainey does settle into the 9th position, going back after Jeff Bright for 8th. It looks like that's Jake Moss, in the 99, looking underneath Joe Jefferson for the 6th position. Rainey will get it from Jeff Bright behind for the 8th position. And Jake Moss will grab 6th. And up front, it's all Cynthia Bright, trying to hold off Luigi Octavo. Octavo had that one really great run where he got right up onto the back bumper of Cynthia. Gave her a little bump even to say, hey, I'm here, but just couldn't complete the pass and wants to get off the track. And Trey Rainey might take advantage of this and go right to the bomb and past him. Guy's big run. Couldn't get underneath him, though. He got a great run there in 1 and 2, though. He drove it down to turn 1. He's going to make it stick on the bottom lane, it looks like. Oh, not quite yet. Octavo with a strong run off the top. Rainey drives into the corner underneath the 01. Rainey back to 2nd. Octavo sells into 3rd. Does he just try and lay there and see if these guys start battling? As Rainey, fastest truck on the track last time by. Caution out. And that's going to change a lot. It looks like maybe the 13 of Roland Emmerich has gone around. And now we're going to have a restart late in this race. Up front, it's going to be, we presume, Cynthia Bright, as possibly Roland Emmerich, one of them involved as they are stopped on the backstretch. That's a little strange, and now Emmerich has even more damage. Let's just make sure they settle this before we check, because you never know with Martinsville. They're waiting for people to pass, and now they're finally, looks like, getting going. Maybe one truck fell behind. They're still going very slow for some reason. There we go. Hopefully now they start taking off, and everyone should be good. We've had situations before where some trucks have, or in other series where cars have actually fallen and a lap down and started beside the leader. It's been a whole big mess. All right, so let's go and see what happened to Roland Emmerich in the number 13 truck. 3 wide back in the pack we were talking about. Roland Emmerich in the middle downloads the 02 of Josh D'Amito. Up top it's Derek Hamill, and just it doesn't work. And as you can see, Samito gets into that 13 just a little bit, and Emmerich gets spun into the inside wall right there. Gets some pretty hard damage from that. Pretty big impact, and then he comes back up. Just clips Michael Canto. Doesn't really get any damage, though. So the caution comes out. And Trey Ray knew the caution was out. He drove it into turn 3 and 4, trying to get past Octavo. And Cynthia Bright with the race lead is back to the green flag. It's going to be past halfway. Lights are out in the pace truck. We're going back in with 18 laps to go. Roland Emmerich has retired from this race, and there are 35 trucks left on the lead lap and in this race. So your race leader is Cynthia Bright. In 2nd, we have Trey Rainey. Luigi Octavo is 3rd. Max Anderson in 4th. And Eli Bright is 5th. Then Jake Moss in 6th. Joe Jefferson 7th. Luke Rainey 8th. 9th, Jeff Bright. And 10th is Taylor Brian Price. So through 3 and 4, pace truck in. Into the restart zone. Green flag back in the air. We're back racing here at Martinsville. Trey Rainey with a great run into turn 1. Gives Cynthia a little bump up the track. Last season's champion to the lead at Martinsville. That was a great run into turn 1. He timed it perfectly. He got a big run. Now Luigi Octavo may follow him through. Eli Bright up to 4th. Joe Jefferson looking underneath Jake Moss back there. Luke Rainey has pulled away from Jeff Bright behind him. But now here comes Octave onto the back bumper of Trey. Cynthia, who's dominated the first half of this race, falls back into third. Max Anderson up the track, possibly that 60 truck, fighting a tight handling. Trucks have come down pit road. It looks like Code Luigi, one of them, and possibly even Josh Samito. Hearing flat tire on the 24. It's a tough break for Code Luigi there. He's run top 15, I believe, and now he's going to be a lap down, and it's going to be another disappointing day for that 24 truck of Code Luigi. Obviously not what he wanted. Looks like Luke Rainey has settled into 6th position. He got past Max Anderson, so Rainey, the points leader, may keep that. Code Luigi just trying to get out of the way of these people. Oh, Luke Rainey goes up the track, though. That's just for the 6th position. Max Anderson trying to get a big run up there again. And he forced Luke Rainey up the track, and Rainey's going to fall back to the 7th position. See the rear damage on the 88? That's just because of under caution. They keep nailing each other in the corners on the rear end. And it doesn't really affect the truck at all because we're at a short track, but it's obviously very confusing as to why they would do that under caution. So we got Trey Rainey out front, Luigi Octavo second. Then you got Brights, 3rd and 4th. They started on the front row together. They're right now 3rd and 4th together. Then you got Joe Jefferson, Max Anderson, points leader Luke Rainey, Jake Moss, Carter Friesen, and Noah Ely rounding out the top 10. Ely has just broken into that 10th position. Back here, there's a big battle from 6th to about 8th position. Max Anderson leading that train. Then you got Luke Rainey and Jake Moss. Moss was hounding on Luke Rainey. Rainey's been hounding on Max Anderson, and it's been a big stack up on back. I believe Joe Jefferson may be getting a little tight. Might be slowing up this pack as we're coming to 10 laps to go this time. So Luke Rainey, your points leader, may keep it after today. As with 10 laps to go, he's running in the top 10, 7th position. Decent day for him, but once again, when is he going to break through and win? Last season there. Oh! Eli Bright blowing up! Running in the 4th position in the 2 truck, loses an engine. Oh my word. The winner of this race last season, not going to win it here today. Battle for 5th on track. Rainey drives underneath Max Anderson. He's going to clear him off of turn number 2. Rainey breaks into the top 5. And now's their oil on the track. Will they throw a yellow? 8 to go this time. And what did the 2 truck lose? We haven't seen yet. He still hasn't made it to his pit stall. We haven't found a diagnosis. It was a valve issue on the 2 truck. That's a horrible break for Eli Bright, who was running in the top 5 in the 4th position as the yellow has come out. And that's going to be a late restart. Rainey back to the line first. And that changes everything. So if these guys get slowed down, they don't run into the back of anyone or no one runs into the back of them. Pace truck is driving through some people. I don't get why. Hopefully these guys get sorted out. They're trying to let 17th on by Bentley Pierce, but they're not. Now the pace truck is just driven away. Pierce is finally going to get around the outside. JJ should go through the middle, then Laughter Cole, and then Isaac Nichols. And then they have to let Josiah Kaufman by. By the time they get this sorted out, that might be the checkered flag already. Now let 24th go on by. Apparently Javier Hernandez just gained some positions and all that. Trey Rainey is now passing some people along with Luigi Octavo. This is great. One wacky way to end Martinsville. I can tell you that right now. Hopefully these guys get back on the lead like they're supposed to. But first, let's check out what the caution was thrown for. That was very, very close right there. Here's the reason for the caution. Running in 6th position, Max Anderson. And coming off turn 4, Jake Moss on his bumper. Just turns him. And Anderson spins it around. Hits the wall with the rear end. The yellow comes out. And that makes a late race restart with Trey Rainey out front trying to hold on and win. So Trey Rainey is out front. Lee Jack Table is going to be on his bumper. This restart's going to come with about 2 laps to go. 2 laps to go, and we take the green flag here at Martinsville. No trucks retired from that. We do got some lappers. It won't matter now. We got 30 trucks on the lead lap. So Trey Rainey has the race lead. In second, Lee Jack Tavo. Cynthia Bright third. Joe Jefferson fourth, and fifth is Luke Rainey. Then you got a lap truck. In sixth, you got Noah Ely. Seventh is Cara Friesen. Then you got Jake Moss. In eighth and ninth, James Barker. And Racer rounds out the top 10. So can Trey Rainey get a good enough restart, or will what happened to Cynthia Bright happen to him? Pace truck in. We're getting ready to go. Green at Martinsville. Final time. 2 to go. 1 mile left. Octavio did get a good run onto Trey Rainey. He's looking to the inside of that 18 truck. Down the backstretch, Rainey trying to get a run off the top. He does clear Octavio. Come to the white flag this time. Jefferson gets underneath Cynthia Bright. White flag. One more time around. Half a mile left. Luigi Octavio onto the back bumper of Trey Rainey, trying to get to the inside and move him up the track. This is for the chase right here. For the final time down the backstretch into turn 3. Luigi Octavio drives in hard up the track. It's not going to happen for him. Trey Rainey off of turn number 4 wins at Martinsville. Trey Rainey won at Chicagoland in the Gatorade Cup Series, and he takes that momentum to the Pennzoil Truck Series and gets a victory here at Martinsville, as he took the lead on a restart round halfway through the race from Cynthia Bright, never looked back, and held off Luigi Octavio with 2 laps to go here at Martinsville. Let's go and check the finishing results. Here are the finishing results from the Advanced Auto Parts 250 at Martinsville. There were 2 caution flags for 10 laps, and 1 lead change among 2 different drivers, and Trey Rainey won this race, started in third, led 18 laps to win. Luigi Octavio ends up second. He was hounding Trey Rainey at the end, just could not get by him. Joe Jefferson, a solid third, barely talked about him all day. In fourth, started on pole, Cynthia Bright led the first 20 laps, got passed on a restart by Trey Rainey, and could never rebound. And Noah Ely ends up fifth. Luke Rainey actually got passed by his teammate Julius Anderson, who was damaged and a lap down, so he falls to 6th on that restart. Cara Friesen ends up 7th. James Barker 8th, 9th Jake Moss, and Racer ends up 10th. So there's your top 20. As we look down at the rest of the field, you can see down here Roland Emmerich and Eli Bright, the only 2 to retire from the race. Bright running in the top 5 and has a valve go bad, just let go. And that's a very, very tough break for him, as he was running very strong, moved up in the points possibly if he finished where he was, and now he's going to be 35th and he falls in points. Also, tough break for Code Luigi, Brandon Thunder, Junior Ramos, Julius Anderson, Cortez Newman, who fall a lap down. And just could never rebound, never get that lap back, and they finished down 30th to 34th. Now let's go look at the point standings. So after 3 races, here are the point standings. Luke Rainey still has that points lead. He's finished top 10 in all 3 races. He has it by 33 points over Joe Jefferson, who has been a consistent season for him. He's second. Luigi Octavio, another consistent season. He's third. Jason Larker is 4th, and Jeff Bright 5th. The Navi Hernandez, your Daytona winner, falls to 6th. Cynthia Bright 7th. Lafter Stucol in 8th, Julius Anderson 9th, and Cortez Newman 10th. So there's your top 20. You can see 3 winners in 3 races this season. And Trey Rainey moves up to the 12th position in points. A very, very great points day for him. He's in the chase as of now, unless we have more than 10 winners, which it is likely we're going to, as we have more than 10 races to try and get into the chase. As you look down here, very, very tough seasons for guys down here. Eli Bright, as we mentioned, he was going to finish top 5, most likely, if not top 10. Blew a valve, ends up 24th in points now, as he finished second to last. Carter Friesen moves up in his point standings. And then down here, Derek Hamill, Brandon Thunder, Roland Emmerich, Josiah Kaufman, Co Luigi Racer, Isaac Nichols. Those are all people that finished poorly at Martinsville, and it's just no momentum in this season to try and get points, but you only have to be top 25 in points if you have a win to try and advance to the chase. So what those guys need is a win in very, very consistent runs. We're only 3 races in. Points are still close together. If you can try and gain, that's all that you need to do. All right, so the next race will be the Pepsi 250 at Atlanta. See you guys then.